Hey everybody, it's Mr. M. Today we're going to learn about the Persian Empire. During this lesson, I want you to focus on three things, please. Focus on the fact that the Persian Empire flourished between 550-330 BC, and it was made up of 20 distinct provinces. Those 20 distinct provinces were made up of an imperial bureaucracy, and we'll talk about how that worked. Also, they were connected by a massive road system called the Royal Road that allowed for excellent communication. The Persian Empire consisted of an area that is called the Middle East. It was between Europe and Asia and included countries like Afghanistan, Turkey, Iran, Pakistan, and eventually India. At the time, it was one of the largest empires ever assembled. Let's move in here for a closer look. The empire basically was started by a guy named Cyrus the Great. And once Cyrus founded the empire, they flourished very, very quickly. What was quite unique to the Persian Empire was the fact that they allowed the people that they conquered to retain their culture, their religion, and their way of life. It was through this tolerance that many people accepted their conquerors, and the Persian Empire grew dramatically. To govern effectively and allow people to retain their cultures and customs, the Persians set up a system of satrapies, or little city-states. To allow for communication and to put down possible rebellions quickly, the Persians built a road between the satrapies called the Royal Road. This one road was 1,677 miles long. It promoted trade between the satrapies, and it promoted a sense of cohesiveness among the empire. It was the largest road built to date. To govern this massive empire, the Persians had a system called the imperial bureaucracy. As you can see in the flowchart to the left, the imperial bureaucracy is made up of a king, a satrap, the religious local leaders, and then finally the common people. This system was pretty new in world history, and it was quite unique. It kept the king or the former ruler as the satrap, and it was viewed as mercy. In doing so, the people were allowed to keep their customs, religious leaders were not persecuted, and the people were relatively happy. This is why many historians agree and argue that the Persians were probably one of the most tolerant empires of all time. Although the Persians were incredibly tolerant of other religions, they did have a dominant religion, and that religion was Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism was in the belief of two opposing forces in the universe, light and dark, good and bad. They believe in one God, and that God was Ahura Mazda. An ancient depiction of him is to your bottom right. In Farsi, we call him Far Bahar, and he represents three different things: good deeds, good words, and good thoughts. These three things were so important to the early Persians that lying was an offense punishable by having one's tongue ripped out. I hope you enjoyed the previous lesson. Now let's do some review. I'm going to throw some questions up here on the screen, and I'd like for you to go back through and try to answer them the best you possibly can. Your unit test will come directly from this presentation, so please take the time you need to get this right. Thanks a lot, everybody.